Hey guys, Kev here, and I want to disassemble this here knife. This was loaned into me by Lewis over at Addicted to Knives, an awesome dude. Go check out his channel. I will link it below. And he told me I could do whatever I wanted to his knife. So I was like, take it apart. No, but to me it looks like there's skiffs in there, but I can't be sure, so I want to find out. And I figured somebody's got to be interested in seeing a disassembly of the Gavko drop nurse, and I can kind of do a full review at the same time because I've had this for a while now. So I like this knife, actually. I just think it could be improved on dramatically by just getting rid of the flipper tab. Even though the flipper tab works pretty well, it just, I don't know, it doesn't seem necessary, in my opinion. So, yep, there are skiffs in there. So I said that in a video, and somebody said, that doesn't look like it has skiffs, because mine drops shut like a guillotine. And I was like, okay. Well, I'm going to find out for you, buddy. Can't get this damn... There we go. Scale up the standoff. So I do want to tell Lewis, I did get the Nail Bulletproof Strength Formula. I put about 5 coats on. I don't know if they take a while. I don't know if they take a while to dry. Luckily, it's clear, but it's shiny. But I did test it, and that wound still has issues. So, I mean, obviously, it's not going to, I don't know, I guess it can't fix that. But I also just ordered some super glue with a brush. So maybe that'll help me get the super glue on evenly and not have it look like dog poop. But I got to do something because I want to play with my knives like this that drop shut on your nail. And there's nothing you could do, man. Like, it wants to come down on your nail, right? Unless you kind of like catch it and get out of the way and then drop it. You got to kind of disengage it sideways. But I always have fun dropping my knives down to my nail. And it makes it hard to carry a knife when you can't do that. So, anyway, back to this. It looks a little dirty and dried out, really. So it might just be it needs a cleaning. So I'll take care of that for you, buddy. Get some alcohol here. Drop it. Trying to reach around. Trying to do a reach around of the tripod thingy, the arm thingy. Here's your stop a pin. Yeah, this thing is filthy, man. I swear he just got this too. It was like a brand new knife, but I guess he had it for a little bit before I got it, so makes sense that it's a little dirty. As the stop pin rolls away. Look at that. Almost looks like a full pass-through stop pin, but it's just the lighting. There's just a ton of grease in there. It's kind of nasty. Let me grab this stop pin before it disappears. I really should switch to my other mat that has the pockets and everything, but I keep forgetting to do that when I do a disassembly. So yeah, this thing is filthy. Oh, let me zoom back out. Sorry. This is in S35VN. I believe I've shown all that before, so not much to talk about there. Clean this scale. Maybe it's just the ano in there. It's like purple in there. I don't know. There's like black goop in that one. So I might as well clean her out. Was there any Loctite? Didn't look like he used Loctite on the pivot, so I guess I won't either. And it didn't seem to need it. From what I could tell, I didn't have any issues with it coming loose at all, so. All right, put that down. Excuse me. So what I'm going to grab is one of these guys. So KPL makes these awesome Q-tip microfiber things. Shout out to KPL, Knife Pivot Lube. Go check them out, knifepivotlube.com. You can use my code LEFTY10 to get 10% off your order. They have all types of stuff. I highly recommend KPL Heavy and these microfiber tips. So we should be able to just get in here with it and clean it out. Yeah, look at that. Just black gick. Might need 2 of them. I mean, they're cheap. So, I'm going to get a little alcohol on it. All right, throw those away. Get a little canned air just to get the rest of that shit out. Yeah, look at that. All right. Now for the fun part, putting it back together. So I believe the show side is going to have, yep. Ah, look at that, captured pivot. You'd think that would mean you don't need, where's the catch? Do I have the wrong side? What? So the D part goes through the clip side? That's kind of dumb. But that's how it's made. I mean, you can see the notch right there for it and here. So that's how it's set up. What can I say? Is that it? Is it in? It seems off to me. It's in there. Okay. And we need our KPL. Oh, I didn't clean the bearings, did I? They look fresh. I mean, I don't think it was really the bearings. I think it was everything else was a little bit schmutzy. But you know what? That's just kind of what happens when, you know, you take a knife apart. Or you use a knife. Sorry, take a knife apart. I'm an idiot. Have I ever mentioned that before? So we're going to put KPL everywhere we should. We're going to take KPL heavy and put that on the detent ball. Just a little droppy drop. That was a little too much, so I'm going to soak a little up. There we go. Put the blade on. Where's our stoppy pin? There we go. You dirty stop pin, you. Put our other bearing on here. Shut this. Damn, got some shit on my thing. Try to clack her together. So I usually put it together, then I disengage. Make sure everything flops through appropriately. Flops, that's a technical term, by the way. Shut it, and it almost centers up without even needing a screw, which is awesome. Gonna drop this bad boy in here. It's sort of similar to the custom. So the custom I have is all T8, and it's it also has a stop pin screw. So it has the pivot, a T8 down here, and a T8 up here as well. Using 2 of my bougie drivers today. Oh, see, we don't want that to happen, do we? Oops. Okay, here, Kev. Slow down, buddy. Trying to turn you back, sucker. There we go. Gotta hold that bad boy in place. No animals were hurt during the filming of this video. Or knives. Check tightness. Ooh, that was loose. Probably because of me, though. Tight. Tight. Comes out. No play. Nope, no play at all. Let's see. Okay, no action either. That's not good. Is it just too tight or what? We are dead centered. Little bit of play. Action's much better, but I don't want any play, obviously. What is going on? Feeling a little play, but seems weird, right? That the action has gone to shit. Does it just need to break in a little bit or what? Lots of play. I'm concerned about the pivot, but it should be... I just don't understand why they have it on this side. It should be on this side, right? I feel like that's how it should be. I don't understand. Is that how it was when I got it? Because it makes no sense to have that on this side. So I feel like I did something wrong, but I honestly don't know how. Because I did take it apart from the top, so I must have taken it apart this way. Just doesn't feel right somehow. Let me take it apart and just double check some things. Bearings sit in there fine. This pivot is really pissing me off. Should only fit in one way, so it shouldn't be a pain in my ass. It should just work. And it is in. And it's as good as it gets. It's a quandary. Bearings look good. They're not necessarily like rolling in my fingers, but I don't know if that dirty stop pin could have made that much of a difference in action. That would be weird. All right, I got the pivot all the way through. Let's put that in first this time. It definitely went in a lot smoother this time, so that's interesting. There we go. I was wondering what the hell was going on. I mean, seriously. No play at all. And look, it's almost dropping shut. I must have, I don't know. Maybe the pivot wasn't going all the way through. That's what it seems like, because look, now it's flush on there, where before it was sticking up a little bit. I don't know how I didn't get it all the way through, but, I mean, I had it centered and everything, but whatever. It's all good now. No play at all, and she's a guillotine, basically. I'd show you right-handed, but I'm afraid to use this nail. There. I mean, that's excellent. So let me put this stuff away, and then we could talk about this knife briefly, because I've kind of covered a lot just talking here. And by the way, Brian Brown Zirconium Vulcan bit driver. It's a little bit different than the one I had. The magnet kept coming out with the bit, so I don't know if it wasn't glued in there, put in, however. So I sent it back to Brian, and he said he dropped it, and he nicked a piece of my driver, so he sent me a brand new one. It's got a little bit of a more matte finish on the Zerk, and then it has sort of an open back construction on the, can you see the B there? What is it? There. Has more of an open back construction on the spinner part. I really like this one, actually. It's really nice. And then I was using the Turris driver from Journey Tool Co. So River's Edge Cutlery exclusive version. This is aluminum, and this at first was not, I wasn't in love with it. I kind of like this one better, the Combat Beads one. Spinner's not as good on that, but you don't need it to spin for days when you're using it. But I like the grip. I get so much torque with this. Next to this tiny Weeha Chode, I get the best grip with this, but this one's really grown on me. It's kind of the best of all worlds. I've talked about that before. You get good grip. You get good spin in the palm. It's very comfortable. It's very lightweight. The spin's really good, and you get enough length. But it's also not super long, so you can get more detail, get a little more get closer. So I think I kind of would like to get a more fancy version of this one. But I just want to mention that because I have previously said I wasn't totally blown away by it, but like some things, it grew on me. So yeah, the Gavko drop nurse, and sorry, Lewis, if you did not want me to take this apart, I seriously apologize. I thought you said on my live stream, and to me, I can, use them, disassemble them, whatever. Obviously, as long as I don't jack them up, then it's on me, right? But seems like all went well, and the action is, I would say, better than when I got it, and that's because it probably just needed a little bit of a cleaning there. But anyway, so your action, the D10 on this thing is absolutely money. It is dialed in on the flipper tab. The reverse flick is dialed in. Left-handed, you just have to be on that clip, and you can flick it out real nice. Right-handed, obviously you can do whatever you want. And ergonomically, it's okay if you have a small hand, I think. If you have a large glove size hand like me, it really gets tight. And that's the thing. I have a custom one of these, and I love it because it has a finger choil. So imagine this flipper tab being gone, and then this is a little bit rounded out, I think. And then you have a choil right here. So now I have perfect grip on this knife. The blade is pretty good on these. I wouldn't say they're the sliciest thing ever, the custom or the production, but they're definitely a good user EDC type blades. It's a flat grind. I don't know if it would work with a hollow, but it'd be interesting to see. I would love to see Riot do a production version of this with the choil. I think they would absolutely kill that. Again, centering's dead nuts. All the fit and finish is good. It's They do a good job at that stuff. They usually just balk a little bit on the D10, and they did a great job on this one, I would say. At least this example of one. The hole shape is really good for deployment. I like a long, kind of slender hole like that. It's still good enough that you can thumb flick it. At least my custom one, I can flick all the time. I just go to the top of the hole there and flick it out. I don't like these speed holds at all. I don't really like these lines either, but it obviously works on this knife. But yeah, getting rid of that flipper tab, even though it is sort of enjoyable to flick with the flipper tab, I think I'd prefer it without it, just because of the ergonomic benefits of that. But overall, it carries well. It does a great job cutting. It's a good EDC knife. I like Gavko's long clips. Some people may not like that, but I like how they're long like that. Yeah, I mean, your lockup and everything is solid. Never had an issue on this knife. Obviously, you have a steel insert over travel. You get all that stuff from WE. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's just a good, solid EDC knife, and it comes down to your taste. Do you like this design? Because when I first saw it, I did not. And I only saw the one with the flipper tab or the peg leg. So once I started seeing the customs and the way he finishes them, just amazing. And then I found out he does a liner lock custom, and that's when I had to get one. So I love the Nurse design. I've had my ups and downs with Gavko in general, the maker. He hasn't responded to me still since I had all those issues with lock stick on my custom, and it seems he's not going to respond. So I'm not a big fan of the customer service on that end, but you're probably working with Drop or WE here. I haven't heard of great customer service from Drop either, and I don't know how WE operates in terms of customer service. I think I had to order a clip one time, and I paid $5, and they shipped it from China for my banter, and that went well. So I think you're okay there. If it was just Drop and Gavko, I'd be a little bit hesitant to say go get one, and if you get a bad one, you're not going to maybe have the best luck with customer service, but WE is involved, so I think you're okay. But yeah, overall, good, solid knife, not for big hands. Not for big hands with the flipper tab. I just want to make that clear. And yeah, easy disassembly and reassembly, obviously, if you're not an idiot and you push the pivot all the way through. And yeah, I just want to say thank you to Lewis. It's a cool knife, man. Really appreciate it. And I love you guys. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day. And I will catch you later.